Hi guys, Kim here. Sixth Sun and the Shattered Mirror World. Part of the broken mirror being revealed. I'm going to call the external world I live in the mirror. Why is it a mirror? That it seems that whatever I believe in, it is. I had a couple of events this morning that revealed stuff to me. Through a real life interaction, I became aware of a flag of seeing as a distorted mirror. So to explain this to you, let me regress for a moment. A number of years ago, I had a view that the police were corrupt. All of my interactions with them always came out in the negative for me. A friend and I had a big argument about it, where she told me that my view was incorrect. So, for a month or so after that, I went into observer mode. I lived in a small town, and I observed the police for a month. And by the time the month was over, I'd changed my reality forever. I'd seen the local police acting kind, helping people, assisting people, whereas before I had not been looking at it. So it's maybe 50-50 good-bad. The imbalance occurred because of my past experience, and my view wasn't balanced. And when it became balanced, I had a completely different experience. This is why we need to let go of constructed belief systems. You can understand something without believing it to be true, and the same applies to the vice versa of that, meaning that you can believe something without understanding it. I think a lot of people find it very hard to let go of their constructed belief systems. Some people will understand that, but subconsciously they don't believe it to be 100% true. So consciously they manifest it even though they don't want to. Does that make sense? It's a bit like the police story before. You think something to be true, but it isn't, so you're making something happen even if you don't want it to. So one question I hear all the time right now is, well, that just doesn't make sense. Who said anything about it having to make sense? That's the rub. It doesn't have to make any sense at all. That is merely your perception. If you accept the program of whatever they're saying, then there simply does not have to be any logic involved. And these guys are masters at scripting. They understand language in a way that we could never grasp. They know exactly how many times to repeat a sentence and what background to use at what pulse for the best result for this hypnosis to work. So get over trying to get your head around what's happening in the mirror. It's really meant to be confusing. That you're casting your thoughts to the left and the right, so you think about this and you think about that, whereas all of it is simply distraction. Actually, it's a mind field of distraction. Surely there is something out there that strikes your fancy. Is it the homeless? Is it war? Is it babies? Is it medical? What is it? The mirror is shattered into so many pieces that everything that's out there right now is just like this great big box of chocolates. It just depends on which one you want to take. So for today, I choose to be in control of my mirror of my life. All my thoughts and feelings and conscious and unconscious are projected into that mirror. This mirror gives me the reflection of the sum total of my vibrations my life is creating, my beliefs, and the physical me is creating the physical reality, which is determined by my consciousness. I'm in control of that mirror. I'm a powerful creator, and I can change any pictures in my own reality. I do this simply by shifting my thoughts. Where my focus grows. I give meaning to my life by determining what kind of story I wish to experience. The universe responds to frequency. It doesn't recognize your personal desires, wants or needs. It only understands the flow and pulse of frequency that you are vibrating at. For example, if you're vibrating at a frequency of fear, guilt and shame, then those are the things that you're going to be attracting into your life, as they are of a similar vibration. If you are vibrating at the frequency of love, joy and abundance, then you're going to attract those things that support that frequency. It's just like tuning in a radio station. You have to be tuned into the music that you want to listen to. Just like you have to be tuned into the energy that you want to manifest in your life. Change your mindset, you change your life. Simply because this is your life. The mirror world is your reflection, nothing more. I would even go as far as to say that I've speculated upon on our brain being a transmitter-receiver, that we receive signals through frequency and then our soul in essence decodes these signals depending on what our belief system is. It's a speculation on my behalf, but it could explain how we transmit psychic messages to each other without being aware of it. The other thing that I want to mention, which is slightly weird, is I feel like we are heading into a phase where it's imperative for us to be able to control our own focus. I see it like a lighthouse in the fog. I can see it. I think it's a warning, but I can't really put my finger on it. It's like we're heading for the rocks, but we won't be able to see them until they're close. It may just be that the fears that used to get us are not even visible through this fog, so they can no longer affect us. It's not really as much as a warning as a feeling. Just need to stay focused on what it is that you occupy your mind on because of the mirror world. Linked a video below called The Era of Shattered Illusions that's really worth a watch. It was done in 2015, but it's still very relative to the time that we're living in. Thanks for listening.